Hey, what's going on? Welcome to another video. It's been a while since the last time, but now, as usual, it's again one of those exchange parts, once in a while moments. So I have to take a look at some updates on the TheÜberSystem. Those updates will include some parts and some cooling, but I still do run the same case and mainboard, so there won't be the big changes today. Also, for the ones waiting for some 3D action, there won't be any in this video. I was waiting for the latest WHQL drivers, so letting driver team finish their in-house repros. But sooner or later there will be some runs with the latest drivers. Now you will see a couple of new parts, then I will show also some cooling, and then you will see the system. Yeah, directly starting with the new parts, first thing I got is a new SSD for operating systems, which is the Vertex 3 MaxIOPS 240GB version from OCZ. OCZ was actually a usual suspect when it came to my system RAM selections, but that is no more, so there will be a new name in the next system. Anyway, very fast drive, amazing performance according to benchmarks. Problem is I don't have SATA 3 native support on my board, so I cannot really talk about my experience with this drive at full performance. But with the next motherboard, this whole SATA 3 performance stuff will come more into focus. So let's see some other parts too. Next update, power supplies. I was running TPQ1200 and Strider 1500, but those got a little old, especially the Strider, approaching 2 years of age, so they had to be replaced in order to stay safe. And I got two MaxRevo 1500, so one GPU 1500 and a system 1500, and yes, two. The system needs two. It's not possible to run the system with just one of them. Definitely the strongest units I ever had, 125A or 1500 watt continuous output just on the 12 volt line. So the system has 250A, 3000 watt continuous on the 12 volt line. Absolutely amazing parts. What I really like about the unit is that it has sure higher efficiency, but also it's smaller and lighter than the Strider, for example. Important is when installing the unit, of course you're all reading the manuals before installing parts, but it's important to consider the rail distribution, because it's possible to connect two cards to one rail and the other two cards to another rail, and two rails stay empty, and then you hit OCP. So that's important to consider and to check the rail distribution. Final update, yes, as you can see, overclocking CPUs, of course. I was running the X5680s, but now I'm running the X5690s. So the system has 12 cores, 24 threads, with the two CPUs on the main board. And the X5690 is the current Xeon big gun from Intel at the moment. Major advantages are that the X5690 has a higher multiplier, so a higher stock speed. But especially it has a much better chip quality. Like also for the non-functioning parts, the 990 Extreme Edition has better chip quality. And here's the same thing with the X5690s. For high frequency it needs considerably lower voltage on the core and memory controllers, and with the same voltage it can run like 200 megahertz faster on the core than my X5680s. Absolutely amazing parts. But now let's see some cooling. Yeah, getting to the cooling, got 2x 9x140 Mora 3 Pros. Each is equipped with 9x140mm fans. Only this side is equipped at the moment. Cooling performance is more than good enough, as the left one is only cooling a single X5690 plus mainboard, and also the right side is only cooling a single X5690 plus mainboard. Of course I have the feet for the Moras and 4x grills, but just 2x grills installed on the other side. I would recommend to use longer screws on this side when installing grills, in order to have more space between the fans and the grills to reduce airflow noise. Now I will turn on the fans and then you will see the Moras in action. Yeah, the fans are rated at 16.5 dB. Yeah, low RPM fans, of course more than enough for X5690s and a mainboard. Just for powerful GPUs I would recommend fans which can also spin higher RPM if needed. But definitely amazing parts and cooling. Alright, so those were some outside views. Yeah, as I said, I still run the same case, so the Ascension with the custom dolphin grey metallic car paint. Now I hope you got a little bit prepared for the system, and here it is. Not the big changes, I still run the same mainboard, so the liquid SR2 ED edition with EK acetyl nickel blocks. The system RAM is still 2x 6 GB, so 12 GB 2000 MHz 797. Last kits from OCZ, by the way. I did remove the X5680s, and now they are the X5690s cooled by HK30 special editions. I did also show the power supplies. Underneath the left there's the MaxRevo GPU 1500, and underneath the right there is the MaxRevo System 1500. Big change was done to the GPUs. I did show the Palit GTX 580 3GB versions on air last time, but now they got completely modified to the ED editions in liquid 12 GB 4-way SLI. I did name the total video RAM of all 4 cards. I usually only do it when it defines a whole new level. And of course in SLI technology it is used in mirror mode, so 3 GB usable here. Yeah, the ED editions are cooled with custom EK acetyl nickel blocks with the new inside design, and also the front of the blocks now has a nickel part. Then there are those custom nickel backplates which now also cool the backside of the PCB. Also the BIOS of the cards got modified. And there is the 4-way bridge as usual. I did already show the cooling of the X5690s and the mainboard, which were those 9x140 Mora 3 Pros. But the liquid that cools the GPUs is cooled by phase change or a chiller with a compressor. That's why also the GPU loop is around 35 meters long. Meaning is that I can set certain temperatures. Yeah, the main purpose of the system are of course ultra high settings with resolutions up to 8024 x 1600, and those settings just need raw power. Yeah, the next generation of GPUs will hopefully give a lot more performance, but first let's see what's going on with the new platforms and CPUs. So those were the updates of all the parts, cooling and my system. So I hope you enjoyed, and let's see what's coming up on the next production, guys.